Director Alicia Wells, also known as Mama Wells here on the team. And I actually wanted to do a brief webinar visual training so that you can also know how to add the follow-up process in your business, because at the end of the day, the best part of this business and really seeing a true, massive, incredible residual income is to truly have something called a follow-up system in place, okay, a follow-up system. What does that mean? A follow-up system is something that you can have in place, whether it's, reaching out to your current members as inactive, messages that you can send out to prospects, whether it's in reference to the business or the benefits, and so forth. And also you can, obviously use a follow-up system in your personal lives as well. But what I'm actually about to show you, it was first and foremost introduced to our amazing team here with the Millionaires in Training team, our incredible National Vice Presidents, Kenny and Lorraine Brown-Watkins. They introduced this program and have had great success over the past 17 years they've been in business. And here within the past 30 days, I've actually been using this system, and I first started out using the free account. I was extremely pleased with this follow-up system called Phonevite, because even though I used the free portion of it, I was actually able to reactivate 2 accounts that had went inactive for members. And then I said, you know something, let me just go ahead and up it up a little bit. Let me just go ahead and add some funds in this account, because it's a great tool to utilize, whether it's to reactivate your current membership that you have on the books, or to, send out messages to prospects who maybe you've tried to call them at some point and just couldn't get them to answer. And obviously every day you want to put more energy into speaking to new people. So I would say this is a great system to have to cut down your time. So most of your time every day could be strictly speaking to new leads that you're getting on a daily basis, or just new individuals, period. That way, once you've made that initial call to new callers, and let's say you don't get a message, you could just write an NA beside the name, or however you want to keep up with your numbers that you have coming in and your leads, and then you could just put them in your system as a follow-up. So what I'm going to actually first and foremost, the name of this follow-up program, like I said, that was introduced to us by our incredible National Vice Presidents, Kenny and Lorraine Brown-Watkins. It's called Phonevite. What is Phonevite? If you ever know of like the prescription stores like Walgreens, Rite Aid, CVS, Eckerd, all of those different types of places, and even your doctor's office, when you have an appointment or if your prescription is filled with the drugstores, they'll actually send you a phone message, and it's a person's voice, but it's an automated, message, which means basically that you cannot say anything back to the person. It's just a message for you to let you know your prescription is ready for pickup, or your doctor's office is calling you just as a courtesy reminder that you have a scheduled appointment. So when you put those 2 types of scenarios into play, you want to definitely have something like that with this business, because a lot of people, 99.9% of people, are accustomed to those types of messages because they deal with it in just everyday routine things, whether it's getting a prescription, a doctor's appointment, or some other type of thing that they have going on in their lives, and they get a reminder for it. So people are used to this. So let's go ahead and get all of that out of the air. People are used to automated messages, okay? So first and foremost, let me actually show you real quick where you can actually get the Phonevite scripts to actually do for your Phonevite before I even go over how to set up Phonevite very briefly, and also just how to utilize it. So first, what I actually did for you guys is I went to our training site, and which the training site is newmoneytrainingsite.com. When you get to the home page, okay, go to Reference Library. Again, Reference Library, and right under Reference Library, you'll see something for Phonevite messages, okay? Phonevite messages, and right here, voila, you'll see all the different Phonevite message scripts that I have. One of the first ones I would highly recommend if you're someone in this business and you have business already on the book is to go ahead and create a folder for inactive members. And this is a message that you can send out to inactive members. This has actually allowed me, I would say, when I first used this system about 45 days ago, I was actually able to reactivate 2 accounts. When I started, I said, you know what, let me just add more into this program, and I added some more funds so that I had more calls to actually utilize. I was actually able to reactivate 5 additional accounts and also some other things which I'll go over. So basically, this is what the inactive message says, and I could actually just do a brief practice just so you can hear how I do it so that you can make sure your message is clean cut and very similar. So it goes like this. Hi, valued AmeriPlan member. This message is to notify you that your benefits are currently inactive due to non-payment for this current month. Please contact our Banking Card Services Department at your earliest convenience to bring your benefits current, Monday through Friday between 9:30 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at 1-800-550-9726. Again, 1-800-550-9726. We will be happy to get you back activated today so you can have immediate access to your health and or dental needs. Your business is important to us. Have a blessed day. So you hear how I'm not all hyperactive like I just got a shot of some sugar. I can be very hyperactive, but because this message is for that particular thing, you want it to be clean cut. You want it to be more automated sounding, kind of similar to sound like a robot, but not a robot. You just want to be crystal clear. And, you know, if you have to practice that a few times before you do the message, fantastic. But please, by all means, please do not beat yourself up, okay? If you feel like you don't sound a certain way, at the end of the day, it's going to still do what it needs to do, okay? So that's the first message. And so when you scroll down here, there's different kinds of Phonevite, but for a newbie with Phonevite, I would highly recommend to start off with that one. Okay, that way you can get comfortable, and once you set this up, the message for inactive members, you'll automatically know how to do the rest of them. So let's go back to Phonevite. So first of all, when you go to Phonevite, obviously you see my account, it says Alicia Wells, I'm already signed up. But once you go to www.phonevite.com, and you don't have your account set up, you want to just hit right up on the login, sign up for a new account. Okay, obviously I'm not going to go through the motions of setting up the account because I already have one. But you just want to fill out verbatim what it says, your email address, set up a password, confirm your password, put your name, and change this time zone to Eastern Standard Time. Or obviously, I know some of you that's on our team are all over, so some of you may be under Pacific time. Just obviously change the time zone based on what your time zone is, and then once you hit create account, you'll be in, and I believe it'll motion you to log back in. And then once you are in, so let's go ahead and log in now. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. Silly me and my passwords. Okay, so now we're in. Okay, obviously you see I have a buku load of messages. Okay, by all means, please don't see all what I have. I don't want you to get overwhelmed with what I have. once I go over this video, you'll know and understand what you want, and I'll actually just briefly kind of give you which folders you do want to create. So let's talk about folders first, because at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense for me to show you the part of sending a Phonevite out, creating the message if you don't even have your phone book set up. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is go to phone book. Okay, now these are the different folders that I have, but the one that I want to highlight, these are some that I want to highlight. I'll highlight, but we're going to start off with you just going ahead and setting up the inactive members one, okay, which that's the first one that you want to start off with your Phonevite program. Okay, so the first one, so you would go to create new group. When you create new group, you type in inactive space members, and then you hit create. Okay, now once you've created your folder, okay, what you want to do is, before you start, going into setting up your messages, again, this is for any of you guys who have been in the business over the past 30 days and you have members. I wouldn't even say, well, sometimes when you process an application, somebody may actually go inactive 3-4 days after. Let's say they did a check payment and the funds just hadn't hit their account yet. You may have an inactive member, but this will be more for, in most case scenarios, that doesn't happen that's like a 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 100 that happens. I would say if you've been in the business the past 45 days to maybe even 60 days or more, you may have some inactive members, and then you may not. But if you do have inactive members in your back office, under personal activity, you go to personal activity after logging into your back office, okay, there's going to be 3 columns, which is M for members, I for inactive, and C for cancel. That middle column in your personal activity, that's what you're looking at to see who's in that middle column. It's inactive. You want to get their name, first and last name, and telephone number. Okay, so let me click on inactive members so you can see. So obviously, some of these I need to go in here, update, and by all means, ladies and gentlemen, once you see, you do want to definitely monitor when someone goes inactive, okay, for whatever the case may be. You want to, and let's say they went active, you want to go ahead and, take them out, okay. So, inactive members, when you go to the folder, you come down here and you type in their first and last name in this first column and their phone number. You don't have to worry about the email. Then you just hit add. Give it a few seconds, and then you go to the next and just manually put it in. So now, let's pretend you've already done it. So now you're ready to add your message, okay? So you want to go to Send Phonevite, okay? Let's say you want to go ahead and do the inactive members, okay? You want to hit select. Whichever message that you have, obviously you guys don't have the messages. I'm going to show you how to do that in 1 minute. So under messages, so in the case that you have recorded a message and it's already in the system, you'll see it right here at number 1. This is when you've recorded your message, okay? And then you go to step 2 and then group. That's why it's so important to have your group set up with the contacts in it before you do this. So hit phone book, and then you would choose that. Okay? And if you want to actually see the list, who you have in there, you can. And then you can also go up here too. Let's say you found out, man, such and such already went, inactive.
active, so you just hit remove. We're going to highlight the ones that I know for sure have already went active. Okay. But obviously you wouldn't have that issue because once you put your members in, it's automatically going to come from your updated list from your back office. So then you go to step 3. Now, you can do schedule a call out, or you can send it immediately. Okay. I personally, just because I've been doing this for the past 45 days or so, I would highly recommend, especially for someone like you guys that's fairly new, adding this to your business, I would highly recommend you to schedule. And the reason why I would say schedule, because obviously, you know, like I know, when you're starting to do something for the first time, you might, let's say it's 11 o'clock in the night or 12 o'clock in the midnight, and you decide, let me set up my Phonevite account. Let me get my inactives sent out. Okay? You know, what if you accidentally don't schedule and you just send it out? What's going to happen? Those people, like I'm going to show you what's going to happen. So let's say you don't schedule and you got your call ID, which we're going to go there in a minute because you got to set that up too. So let's say send message to my phone number. And you hit confirm, that call is going to go out right then. So it's 12 midnight and your phone call is ringing somebody's phone. So what I would recommend is the night before, whenever you decide to send out your calls, which I would highly recommend on the 4th of the month and the 19th of the month, because then sometimes we don't see people inactive on the same day. AmeriPlan goes into people's account. So I would highly recommend on the 4th of the month and the 19th of the month. And then I would also recommend sending out one on the last day of the month, right before the month is over with, so that, you know, let's say someone missed the message or they lost the message and they didn't get it, you want to send it out again at least the end of the month. So if you're in February, the last day of the month is the 28th, you want to send it out then, or whatever month we're in, you know, if it's the 31st, the last day of the month, go ahead and send it out. And I would highly recommend to send out inactive messages out at 12 noon. Why? Because most people are usually either about to go on break or during that time, or, you know, it might just be a downtime for them. Most jobs, people that work during the day, that work outside their home, fortunately, we get to work from home. But for your customers who are working outside the house, or if they're just working at home, period, and their work day starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, most people, worst case scenario, usually go to lunch around 12, 12:30. So that way they can get the message, and it increases your response rate. So I would say send out your inactive messages at 12 o'clock, lunch hour. Okay, so we got that part. Okay, so when you're scheduling, you hit schedule, and make sure you choose the date. So let's say we sent out, we're going to send this out on the 19th, all right? Obviously, I'm not going to send that, but I'm just showing you. So you want to highlight it. That block is there just because it's got a square in it because that's the day's date. So you want to highlight the date, click it, and then hit the time, what time that you want to do. Scroll down, choose 12, and then when you submit, it changes. So you'll see schedule your call 8/19/12. So I would highly recommend get in the habit of setting up your Phonevite messages to go out, scheduling them out the night before. It saves so much time so you're not fumbling the day of when you need to be focusing on calls and, you know, replying back to emails, doing your interviewing and consults and stuff like that. You don't want to be doing a lot of busy work on the day of, during the day that you're supposed to be doing your calls. in generating leads. So that's a nugget. So now, call ID, okay? You want to set up your call ID, okay, ladies and gentlemen? Once you set up your call ID, set up call ID, hit OK. Okay, all you're doing, obviously y'all see I have different ones here, and I'll go over why you see toll-free numbers and so forth. Add new call ID is what you want to do, okay? Now, I'm not going to go through the motion because I already have set up, and it's going to cut me off, guys, if I do that. So I don't want to do that. So once you hit add new call ID, you put your phone number in. Do not put a 1. Just put whatever your area code is, and then you don't even necessarily have to put the hyphens in between. Just put your area code and then your phone number, then hit verify. You're going to, just whatever your verification code that's in this box is, you want to remember that. Write it down or remember it to memory. Okay, this number right here, the 408, that's the number that's going to call your phone. When they call your phone, put it, I would highly recommend to put your phone on speaker when they call your phone. That way you can hear what they're saying, because they're going to prompt you what you need to do. And then it's going to ask you to put in the verification code. You put it in, and then that's it. And then it's going to basically say, hit this, your phone is verified, and bam, you're done. Okay? So that's what you're going to do. So your call ID, ladies and gentlemen, is the number that your customers or your prospects will see when your Phonevite system calls them. Okay, so now let's go back. I just wanted to show that while I was going through that. So now I know you're probably saying, well, how in the world do I set up my message, Mama Well? Okay, so send. You're going to hit send Phonevite. Okay. Now what you're going to do, because obviously mine has all of these messages here. Okay. Yours are going to be blank, setting up a new account. So you want to hit new phone recording, and the phone number that you want to record from, you put it here normally, whatever number that you have for your account, that's what they'll, call. So once you hit call now, okay, that 408 number is going to call you again. Okay, to do, for you basically to do what you need to do to prompt you to make your message. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please, by all means, you want to make sure, okay, you have the script available right then when you're in the midst of doing that call, so you're ready to record your message. Okay, so the first one you're going to be doing is inactive members. Okay, once you finish and the phone call, once it's saved and you follow the prompts to save the message, okay, I want to say you hit start to start recording. Once you're done recording, you're going to hit pound, and then it's going to say a few words to you, and then basically you will hit right where the box is on your screen where it says check call status. It'll say, your message has been uploaded to your Phonevite system or whatever, and then it'll have a little button for you to click on to go back to Phonevite. And then now, once you're in Phonevite, you're going to hit send Phonevite. Okay. Now, let me give you this so that you know, because you want to be able to keep up with what message is for what. When you record your message, okay, you're going to see a bunch of, it's like going to have the date, and then it's going to be a bunch of gibberish after. You don't want to keep that because you want to be able to label your messages. So as you're scheduling your calls daily or however you're going to be doing your calls, obviously for inactive, again, I'll repeat the date, you want to send out inactive calls on the 4th of the month, the 19th of the month, and the last day of the month to whoever is inactive. Obviously, if you do not have any inactive still, by the end of the month, then you don't have to worry about sending it out again. But on the 4th of the month, the 19th of the month, and the last day of the month. Now, let's say the last day of the month falls on a Saturday. Obviously, you want to send it out on that Friday. because it's not going to help you any in the case that the last day of the month falls on a Saturday and you want to get your stuff, all your inactives back active that month of, so that your residual check reflects those drafts for that next month so that you can get paid. So all the inactives that you reactivate the month, let's say for the month of, so all the accounts that I reactivated back in the month of July, I'll get my residual income in August for. Okay? So whatever is inactive now, you get it back active, you'll get your 40% or your 35%, whatever your residual income is monthly, you'll get that on your check on the next month. So, okay, so to edit the Phonevite message, again, I repeat, once you record the message, you're going to see a date and then you're going to see a bunch of gibberish afterwards. You want to hit this little pencil, and all it is edit. So that first message that you're going to do, guys, is you want to save it as inactive members, okay, which mine is right here so you can see what it looks like. So this is inactive members, okay, and then you just hit, so you hit that edit and then you hit submit and then it'll change, okay. So now let's say again you're ready to send your message. You got your phone book set up for inactive members. You got your members in that folder. Again, let's back up, phone book. You created the folder, create new group. You put inactive members, you create. It's going to upload in this little section under phone book. You click on the folder after you created it. And then you go ahead and input your people and then hit the plus. You first, last name, phone number, plus. First, last name, phone number, plus. And you get that again from your back office. Obviously, for you individuals who are looking at this video and you do have no business on the books, please get some business on the books. We cannot have you in this business not having no business on the books. This is the year of the money, year to check. Get some business on the books because it's all about getting paid. And this is a great follow-up folder so that you can continue to get paid. Okay, so first folder, inactive members, you got it created. You hit send Phonevite. I'm just doing a quick refresher. The first one that you've already set up is inactive members. Okay, you're going to hit select. And then you hit phone book. And you choose the folder. You want to hit include all. Okay. And then, again, schedule the call the day before. Do not schedule the call on that day because you might accidentally send a message out. And you might have somebody really angry with you, okay? Now, let's say, and then you hit submit, and then the system will go ahead and send it out. Now, let's say you want to see the call detail of your call that went out. So in your mind, you know you send it out at 12 o'clock, okay? So you want to monitor your call so you can see who got your message. So we're going to go to my Phonevite, and you'll be able to see what I have done. So let's say this is a different folder, but it's the same concept. So once you send out a Phonevite, guys, you're going to go to my Phonevite, and you'll be able to see the one that you did, okay? And it tells you how many seconds it is, okay? And even on the page where it says send Phonevite, it usually tells you how many minutes is on the box. Like my inactive member is nothing but 45 seconds. So, but once you've done a call, you know it's been done. You know you want to go to my Phonevite so you can see, you know what happened. So here's the last one that I did. I did an IVO lead first call. These were people that requested information. So now I want to see call details. Okay. So this message was 96 seconds. Okay, pay attention. 96 seconds. These three people, like Demetrius always say, AKA Billionaire Brown, I always tell them these are peanuts. Okay, this is a peanut for one. You're wasting my time, and they're suspects. I call everybody a suspect until they allow me to share the information with them to even listen to what we have. But until then, when they just treat it like, oh, I just want to know what it is, then they're suspect. And some people stay suspects. They never become prospects. Okay. So these three people, if you pay attention to the message is 96 seconds, this person, this 252 number, only listened to it 5 seconds, 813 listened to it 15 seconds, and this 919 number listened to 8 seconds. So this is going to let me see, is this somebody worth me calling back? In my case, because at the end of the day, we're focusing on what we need to do each day for our business. So you don't want to necessarily right away waste your time, calling these people right away. You want to call people who at least took the time to listen to the message. Okay, maybe put these people, in a folder that, let's say they, you're trying to close out. Not trying. That's a bad word. You're working on closing out for the month. Last day of the month. These might be people you want to call, just to kind of see if they're still looking for work. Okay. So now let me go back to another of my Phonevite so I can show you what happens when somebody does leave your message. Let's see. Listen to your message. See if it's a good one. Okay, that was one I sent out. I must have resent that because she didn't pick up. Let's see. See call detail. Okay, this is a good one. So this is a call that I did, and you see the call is 96 seconds. Like this person, it was 96 seconds, but they listened to it for 1 minute and 47 seconds. What does that mean? That means she at least listened to the entire call and she replayed it again to get the information that was on the recording. Okay? So, it's quite a few of them. So again, these are people that I will call back because they at least listened to the message twice. Okay, here's another one. There's quite a bit of them if you look at it here that did at least listen to most of the message. Okay. This person here, it played 78 seconds, and then they hit it again to listen because this is 1 minute and 19 seconds. So it's quite a few. I had quite a few people to call back to see about getting into the business, to see, where they're at. Okay. So you want to always, too, make sure you pay attention to that as well. Those are, I would say, they're hot leads. There are people who have at least heard what it is. They may possibly have listened to the recording or went to the website that's on your message. So, therefore, you want to call them back. And again, all the Phonevite messages for IVO leads, I'll show that since I just pulled it up. My IVO lead, I have a 3-call system for that. Basically, I send these out. Usually, I like to send them out. The first initial call is when I first get the lead generated. Then the second call will go out again maybe like 2 weeks from that call, and then the next call will go in the last week of the month. Okay, so the first call that I do for the recording, again, these are phone books, ladies and gentlemen, that you're gonna put together. Okay. So first call, high value applicant. This is corporate recruiter Miss Wells. This message is to notify you that we did receive your online request and our phone call regarding the work-from-home careers listed online with an A-rated Better Business Bureau healthcare company. Now, I am going to provide you with a few instructions for the recruiting process, so please grab something to write with so you can jot down the details. We want to make sure you have full details before we speak, so here you go. Listen to our 12-minute recorded information call regarding the company, what we do, and the compensation by dialing 518-556-1291. Again, 518-556-1291. And also, you may review full details online at www. and then a website, whichever you prefer is fine. Then give me a call back and then your phone number, repeat it again, so that I may be able to assist you with your questions and do a brief interview with you. Thanks for inquiring. Your call back is much appreciated. Thank you. Okay, so again, every time I send out a call, those are people that I'll put in my funnel to touch bases with on the next day. Me personally, because I'm homeschooling kids and I have my day set up a certain way, depending on now, it really depends on when I send out the call. Let's say I sent out this call at 12:30. My afternoon calls is from 1 to 2. Okay, so whatever individuals, when I went to the phone detail on that particular day, okay, I'm going to add in my funnel of people to make contact with in the midst also whatever membership leads that came in for that day as well. So every day I'm doing my call. But what I'm telling you, depending on whatever your schedule is, you do want to make immediate contact, giving that person obviously time to review the information that you call them about, and then just add them in your funnel for calls for that day. This is just helps you be able to organize, okay, what calls, am I going to add into my day-to-day in the amongst with the other calls you do. So mind you, again, my recruiting call, I just like people to have a Phonevite. You can personally do your own first call and then do a second call, however you do it. But this is a great system to incorporate in your business. Again, it doesn't matter what I'm doing to base on what you do, because my schedule is, set up a certain way because I am a stay-home mom full-time, and this business I do full-time, and, I kind of have a crazy day, so I have to do certain things a certain way. But again, Phonevite is a good place to be for you to be able to organize your system, have your follow-up system so that you do have a good structured follow-up system in your business. So all your time is not doing all of these calls for follow-up calls. You can have Phonevite as your helping hand for your follow-up. Okay, and by all means, trust me when I tell you, someone that's serious, let's say you send out an inactive message, in some cases those people will call corporate themselves and get back reactivated, and then in some cases they'll call you back, and then you say, oh, okay, this is such and such. Okay, so I can go ahead and assist you with that, and then usually, like I said, between 9:30 and 3:30 is when you want to call corporate banking card services because they close earlier than the main office, and again, that number is 800-550-9726, again, 800-550-9726, and you want to make sure you can go in your back office and pull up that member ID, or just ask them for it. And, in some cases, corporate can just pull them up under you anyways when you give them their name and their date of birth or phone number. They'll be able to pull it up and go ahead and get them back reactivated. So you can't three-way your customers on that. And if you're someone who's saying three-way, I don't know how to do that, just get with your sponsor upline and they'll show you how to do that. I just think it's a great customer service when you three-way your customer onto the call versus them doing it. I personally, when it comes to my money, I don't want to depend on the customer doing it, especially if they're calling me to get back reactivated. I want to do it, okay? So now, getting back to the folders. The additional folders that I would say create would be, again, you want to have your inactive member, IBO prospects. I would say if you're someone who's doing a lot of memberships and you want to, which we all should be doing membership, like our National Vice President say, you want to do both ors. You want to create a member lead folder, so inactive member folder, IBO prospects folder, membership lead folder, canceled member folder, and then also a I would say start off with that right now. You can decide, determine, what other folders that you want. But inactive members, again, IBO prospects, membership leads, and canceled members. Those are the 4 ones that you want to start out with. And again, when you go back to newmoneytrainingsite.com, let's do a refresher. When you go to newmoneytrainingsite.com, from the home page to find the Phonevite message scripts, you want to hit reference library, and you want to hit Phonevite messages. Okay, and these are the different scripts back here that you want to do. Okay, my IBO leads, again, I have a first message, a second message, a third message that goes out to IBO leads. And if you look at my Phonevite folder, okay, I still have it under IBO prospects. I was getting ready to transition. I just started the follow-up process with IBO leads. So I don't have my second call, member folder for those people yet. But all you would do is just move them, because it doesn't make sense to keep sending. You want everything to be in correspondence to whatever message that you have. So if you're sending out a message, let's say for, let's see, yeah, if you're sending a message out, let's say a group of IBO leads, okay, you want that to be under the first call IBO prospect folder, okay, and then your message, send Phonevite, should correspond to that. So it would be under, like right here, IBO lead first call. That way I can keep up with what folders I'm sending out with what message. So your folder should correspond with your message. So each day that you check your Phonevite, or however often you have your Phonevite messages going out, or you're doing Phonevite message, every day you want to check the call detail. How do we check call detail? Go to my Phonevite. Under each message you do, it'll be listed here. And as you've already went through and checked it, you don't have to have all these here. But you will hit see call detail on the message that went through. How do you go to it? My Phonevite, and then you'll click it and hit see call detail. And this is where you'll monitor, okay. That way you'll be able to kind of see, what's what, about those type of people. Because if they're time wasters, for me, they may just go in a folder, end of the month, IBO prospects. So you can organize this system however you want to do it. At the end of the day, guys, it's all about being consistent and persistent with this business. Everybody's circumstance and everybody's follow-up process will not be the same. I repeat, will not be the same. It's just called organized. This is a way, if you're someone who is a busy person and you don't have the time to do all of these calls, especially wasting your time with a bunch of suspects, people who are just being nosy, just calling just to see what it is, then you want to have a good follow-up system so that you can monitor, in the midst of your work schedule and so forth. You can go back in your Phonevite system and check it. Now, again, when you set up this system initially, it's going to be a free account, okay? But once you have set it up, you want to go to My Account, and you can see the different options. Like right here, I've put monies on mine. That's why you see up here I have 79 calls left and there's a balance of 396. However, when you want to add more money to your account, just purchase premium service. You know, like you can get 196 calls for the month, and this is not monthly. This is as you go. Okay, you can do 196 calls for the month, and it's just $9.80. You hit buy now, and then you can put your credit card information in, and it'll automatically be there. And you see it goes up in increments. I've been so far over the last 2 weeks or so, I did a purchase. I spent $30, and I got 600 calls. And obviously, I was able to send out different messages for the memberships, like people who called me. And let's say I called them back initially, and they didn't pick up. You know, I have different folders for different things, and these are different, you know, different urgency calls, okay? Like this one right here, first sense of urgency call. This is a call that I sent out for somebody who didn't pick up the phone initially. Hi, this is the 1995 dental program hotline. Returning your call. Open enrollment is coming to an end. Give us a call back as soon as possible to apply or request more information before it's too late. You do not want to miss this special offer. There is no waiting period, no qualifying, and cosmetic dentistry is included as well. Whether you are an individual or household, you can still enroll into the program for only $19.95 a month. If you call us back today by 5 p.m., we can add vision care, prescription, and chiropractic care in the plan at no additional cost. Call us back directly at your phone number and repeat your phone number again. Hurry before this special offer expires. Have a super day. Keywords in this message is hurry, coming to an end. Obviously, we know we're not an insurance company. However, at the end of the day, we are not in business to play with a bunch of suspects and people who are wasting our time, so you want to make sure you be more direct when you make these messages. That's the reason why mine is like that. My second call that I sent out, again, it's usually, you know, right at the end of the month this call goes out. Let's say I'm working on closing out Centennial Club, one membership away or 2 memberships away, and this has helped me last month, the last month to actually help me close out my Centennial Club, getting some members. That last message goes, and this is usually the last day of the month, okay? I usually send it out about 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock to give people time to get their money right or whatever they need to do before 5 o'clock. So this is the message that comes. It says, hi, this is the 1995 dental program hotline, returning your call. Open enrollment is coming to an end today. Give us a call back as soon as possible to apply before it's too late. You do not want to miss this special offer. There is no waiting period, no qualifying, and cosmetic dentistry is included as well. Whether you are an individual or a household, you can still enroll into the program for only $19.95 a month. Call us back directly at your phone number. Repeat it again. Hurry before this special offer expires. Have a super day. So this is my second membership message, goes out the last day of the month. Okay, and that's how I do that. So, you know, that's pretty much it. I'm on Facebook, you guys. If you got a question for me, you can feel free to inbox me. Obviously, I am building my business as well, so if I don't get back to you right away, by all means, don't take it personal. Like our MVP says, we do not want to get caught up in busy work, and we definitely don't, neither one of us want to get caught up in management mode. We're not here to manage anyone. We are here to help everyone as best way as we can. We have the training site to give you all the information. I believe that's it, folks. And so I hope this helped you out. And I think that's it as far as let me show you one last thing before, because I just thought of something. So let's go back. When you're sending a message out, let's say send Phonevite. Okay, I'm just going to click one because I need to show you something real quick. And you choose your phone book, cancel members, you know, whatever. You schedule your call, okay, for the date, whatever time you want it to go. You got your call ID set up. Now, right here where it says send message via email to, I personally, I mean, you can keep that set up if you want to keep up with when email messages go through. But me personally, for right here on the options, I don't really like the email because we're already getting a bunch of emails from resume leads, people who are leaving messages if you have focal point in the iTele system and, you know, calling your phone. So I would highly recommend to just click send message to your phone. That way, when those calls are going out, it rings your phone too so that you know your message went out. Then you hit submit. So that's the only thing that I wanted to say. Great day, ladies and gentlemen. You have a blessed and prosperous day, and we definitely look forward to seeing all of you at the top. Great day, and let's go, go, go.